Fast. Go.
Thursday's show, Morning Joe and the Pro. Let's go. I'm the Prez. We got Handsome Kyle, Mr. UFC Vegas, worst name in the industry, but he will change it. And we have Butt Ugly Tony Finn. However, an incredible handicapper. Tony, I can't hear you. Oh, this is very... No, I actually liked it better when I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, okay. Oh, this one's going to be better than the last one we did. I can already see that.
Okay.
Post the other one. Just post the other one.
Yeah, but the other one was funny. This is take two, guys, because the Prez's internet went kaput last time. I got no gel in my hair, Kyle. It's not looking really...
No. It's bedhead. That's what you should have. It's Morning Joe. You should have bedhead.
Yeah, Morning Joe at 1:30 Eastern. Pathetic. Anyway, boys, this show's brought to you by WagerTalk.com. You can find us on our YouTube channel, WagerTalk TV, as well. You can hook me up on Twitter at Prez WagerTalk. Make sure to watch yesterday's show, even the two of you. Best show I've ever done. I had Tony Miller from the Golden Nugget with us, a very famous and reputable bookmaker. We took apart everything, how lines are made, when they start making them, which sports are the best to bet on, why some teams are inflated. It's such a great show. Today's show, we're going to talk a little bit of free picks for tonight, some basketball. Kyle's going to wade in with some UFC for Saturday, and we're going to talk a little bit of NFL. First, I want to give you guys a promo code, Tony99. That's Tony 99. You get 1 full month of Tony Finn's All Sports package. In the best month of the year to buy this package for only $99, and Tony is up in everything.
That's essentially, to interrupt you, that's essentially all the rest of the NFL regular season, the college bowls for $99.
And all your basketball and your rolling in basketball?
Correct, yes. Okay, sounds like a deal. Merry Christmas.
You should buy it.
I should buy it. Well, that way I'll make a sale.
Yeah, and you get a percentage percentage of that sale too.
Will you please give me some wager bucks?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, but I will give Kyle some wager bucks if he'd like to buy that.
Sure. I'll take it.
Kyle, most important question on everyone's mind. Where's your wife?
Oh, God. She's working. I don't need to ask you. We've seen some videos.
No.
Or no, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind?
Yes, I think so, because this is the second show, so I have no...
Okay, boys, let's get into it. Tony, basketball tonight, you got some picks for us?
I got a couple free plays real quick. I know that we're in kind of a hurry now since we're on take two. 2 games, 1 NBA, 1 college. The first one, let's go NBA. Let's go to Moda Center in Portland. I know you have to lay 2 touchdowns. You got to lay the wood in this game, but Phoenix is really struggling right now. A couple key injuries, obviously, and they're coming off a game where they've been backable at home. They scored 9 first-quarter points against the Sac Kings. We're down 30 in the first 15 minutes, and again, the injuries to Booker and to T.J. Warren really make this. It's a team, as we discussed in our first take. They're playing defense with their hands and not their legs. And I'm still waiting you to get up and do that dance that you did in the first video.
How to play defense with your legs.
That's it. Yeah. Yes.
That's defense.
Play defense with your legs, not your hands. Nobody commits more fouls than Phoenix in the NBA, and nobody shoots free throws better than Portland. Take Portland, lay the 2 touchdowns. I like it. Secondly, we got a game in Iowa City, Iowa tonight between the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones, two good teams that are going to compete in their divisions. Iowa's supposed to be improved defensively. It's an outright lie. They haven't improved defensively. And even without Wigginton and Young for Iowa State, once they have those 2 players back, they'll compete with the likes of Texas Tech, Kansas, Kansas State, in a Big 12, a Big 12 that KU has won, I think, 13 straight years. However, tonight over 152 in Iowa City on Carver Hawkeye Court.
That's a big number, but you heard it here. Tony Finn likes the over in the Iowa State game, and he likes Portland laying 2 touchdowns. I got an NHL free pick for you all. I went 2-1 on Tuesday night. I passed last night. It was a small card, but I like Calgary tonight at minus the 130, 135. They're playing Minnesota. This Calgary team is looking really good. I mean, last game they played, they were down 4-1 to Columbus, and they literally tacked on 8 goals. The game ended 9-6 with Calgary winning. And, you know, this Calgary team can play tight games and they can play blowouts, high scoring or low scoring. I really like this team. I think they're very well balanced. They've got a good defensive core, and this team can score. I don't think they're better than Minnesota, but I think it's a good spot for them. I am personally betting Calgary minus the 130. Kyle.
Yes.
That's all for you. Tony.
Yes.
Yeah, Kyle, we just brought you on so, you know, some of the females can look at you while Tony and I talk. If you could maybe flex for us a little bit.
No flexing.
Give us a bicep. No. Look at that. 49-year-old bicep.
How old?
49 right there, baby.
Go on.
Not a day over 55. Not a day over 55.
Kyle, did you bet on the Fury fight?
Did I? I actually bet Wilder, and we were talking about this earlier. This is what I hate about boxing. I used to love it. That's actually how I got into combat sports, was boxing. And then when it really started getting corrupt and horrible, that's when I shifted over about 10 years ago from boxing to UFC.
So you lost.
No, it was the draw. It ended up being a draw. So they're doing it again. That's what we were talking. They did it with Triple G and Canelo. The first one, they had a ridiculous draw, and then they had a ridiculous draw here. Where actually Fury should have won that fight, but it was a draw. So I'll take a push. I'm okay with the push.
Okay, there you go. We've got a UFC card for Saturday, every Saturday from here on in. You got a free pick for us?
Yes, I do. So the free pick is on a prelim fight between Elias Theodora and Eric Anders. Elias is a minus 135, and Eric Anders is a plus 115. But quickly, if you break down what they do and stylistically how they fight, you've got Elias, who loves to have space, loves to work his kicks from the outside. A lot of his wins have been coming from very middle-of-the-road fighters, but he pushes out a lot of pure volume. So the volume, even if he's landing, just really seems to win on the scorecards. And even some of his previous fights against Daniel Kelly, who not very good, but anytime he pressured was when Elias had problems. So that really fits right into Eric Anders, who Eric Anders, a pressure fighter, loves to push forward, loves to wrestle. And against his fight against Aloya Machida, who was in Brazil, a tough fight for him. It was a big step up in competition. And in that fight there, I mean, he really fought to a split decision loss, but I think it was great experience for him moving up in competition level. And then he fought Thiago Santos, who short notice, 6-day notice, still fought him tough and lost. But a lot of people remember that fight, and they don't really remember what he's done in the past. So for me here at plus 115, I think he's going to push forward. I think he pulls out a decision victory, and also I think he's got the opportunity to have a knockout. So I think that there's a lot of value at plus 115 on him.
Guys, Kyle does a all UFC show once a week. You can find it at WagerTalk TV. Does it with his shirt off for all you ladies.
On.
Oh, on. It's your wife's shirt that's off in that show?
Oh, God.
Big ratings.
Yeah.
You want to have a go at me, Kyle?
No. I don't want that. I don't want any problems.
Okay. Make sure to watch that show, guys. It's really informative. And as you can hear, I mean, we are lucky to have this guy. He should be literally working for the UFC. His delivery is better than Daniel Cormier.
Cormier. You're right. You got it.
Yeah, although I do like Big Dan. You're going to be doing all sports with us next year, so we're super excited. We're going to talk a little bit of NFL. Before we get into that, Kyle, do you have an actual pay pick up for our users, our listeners?
Yes, I do. I have another best bet that's up. At this point of the year, I am 70% on all my best bet plays. I am 9 out of my last 9 plays. I'm 7-2, and out of those 7 wins, 4 of those wins come on underdogs between plus 115 to plus 130. So finding those values, and all best bet plays are under minus 190. So making sure that there's going to be value on the play. It's up now.
Kyle Free Money UFC. We're just going to keep coming up with names until we come up with something that's
all right. Keep working. I like it. Keep doing
But I do like Handsome Kyle. I think given that our entire listener base and customer base are men, I think that'll go over really well.
And that's not the right one.
No. So let's talk about the game tonight. Tony, you've got a pick up on the Jacksonville, Tennessee game, so no free picks from you, as this is what we do for a living, and you're selling a play. Kyle, let's look at that game.
Sure.
What do you like in tonight's really interesting, spell-binding football game?
Well, actually, when we were talking before, it really started to make me rethink what I was saying earlier. Because if you really take a look at it, both teams you've got Marcus Mariota, who's hurt, who has been playing through a lot of injuries. His O-line is not good. He's always running like a maniac. And even though he's athletic, he still is able to get outside, but he's taking a lot of hits. Then you have a backup quarterback against the Jags, and 2 good defenses. I don't really see many points happening. I mean, you're looking at 10 points per quarter to get the over. I don't know if that's really going to happen. Also, the Titans were 1-11 on 3rd down last week, and I just don't really see them really piecing together a lot. So I actually like the under taking it tonight.
Okay, well, there you go. He likes the under tonight, and I lean on Jacksonville, guys. I mean, I know Tennessee is in must-win mode. There's still a small chance that there's a greater chance that Kyle's wife will be on the next show than Tennessee making the playoffs, but it's still a chance.
No chance.
No chance? Is she blonde? Brunette?
No, brunette.
Okay, because if she had red hair, we'd have a problem. I've got a major issue with like that Amy Adams look.
Oh my God. You have a problem. You definitely have a problem.
Oh, I have many problems, and I've got a bad hair going on today. So there you go. Kai likes the under in tonight's game. I lean on Jacksonville, but I am not betting this game at all. Tony, let's talk a little bit about Sunday's card. The Rams seems to be one of the most interesting games, -3 going into Chicago. There's going to be a lot of action on this football game, and likely from a public perspective, a ton of action on the Rams. You know, I mean, initially my thoughts were the Rams. How could it not be? They're just so much better in every way. Well, not every way. I mean, look, Chicago's defense is really good. But, you know, the Rams' defense is not bad either. And the Rams' defense, it's a little phony because with the Rams' offense scoring so many points, it basically forces teams to move the ball downfield and downfield as quickly as they can. The total has gone from 54.5 to 51. There's going to be high winds and blistering cold in Chicago. What do you think about this game?
Oh, you're correct. This is an interesting game. 2 first-place teams, especially Chicago. Both really, I mean, L.A. playing for home field advantage in the NFC, especially with the Saints losing last week in Dallas. But what I find most interesting is and we'll be interested in watching golf. The surfer boy from California, according to my research, this will be the coldest game that he's played in his 3-year NFL career. It looks like the high 20s, low 30s, 5 to 10 mile an hour wind at Soldier Field. And for the most part, the Rams defense is also getting a little healthier. We'll see if they return some of the injured. But even if they don't, This is a game. Chicago, the Bears are all about turnovers. They lead the league in interceptions, forced fumbles. They've scored a big amount of points. They've won games with their defense, despite the yardage they've given up, because it's all about the ball with Nagy, not only offensively, but defensively. So the Rams laying 3 in Soldier Field. This is one of the games that maybe the Bears are for real. Are the Bears for real? If Trubisky's healthy,
it's certainly a statement game for the Bears, and I do love their coach. But I'll tell you, I really, really like the Rams coach. He's got awesome hair, and to me, that's a huge factor in handicapping.
It takes it.
Yeah, I was speaking to the bookmaker yesterday, and awesome hair is worth 2 points.
Good. That's good handicapping. Handicapping.
Quality, huh? God, these listeners must think I'm a bloody joke. Guys, so you all understand, there is a part of me that is a joke, but I do know this game, and I know it well, and I've been living, breathing, and eating it since 1998. I bet for a living. I do well in every single sport. I just want to have fun on these videos, though. So many of these videos, especially our competitors, are so dry and so analytical. Stats coming out of your yin-yang. If you want stats, go to a website and type in stats. If we don't enjoy ourselves, laugh, and have fun and make this a lifestyle infotainment show, I don't want to do it. That's why we need Kyle's wife.
Oh, my God. Cut.
Okay, boys, let's wrap this show up. We'll do a quick summary. Tony likes Portland tonight in the NBA. The over in the Iowa. I'm sorry. Us Canadians, we forget about Iowa. What's the population of Iowa?
About the same I think Toronto has more people than Iowa as a state.
What are you, a genius? Toronto has 7 million people in it.
Then Toronto has more people than 10 Las Vegases, and I don't think.
I think Toronto has more people than Iowa as a state. Interesting piece of thought process there, Tony Finn.
Food for thought there.
Could you freeze up again, please?
Well said. Tony looks so laid back. Kyle looks so professional, and I look like an idiot.
Oh, God.
Make sure to use the promo code Tony99. Yeah, Kansas City. We know. We should talk. You like Kansas City this week, -6.5?
I like Kansas City at Arrowhead, but I'm still I'm kind of a hunt lover, no hunt. Now I have question marks about this Kansas City team. We'll see.
Well, if you take Kareem Hunt and you shorten it, like say, I'm one of those lovers.
You heard the joke. Did you see the joke I sent you the other day on your phone? Did you like that?
Yeah, it was a funny line.
It was good.
You want to refresh the audience?
A couple are laying in bed, and the husband's laying on a side away from the wife, and he's got his eyes off in space, and she's bubbles. Her little bubble says, he must be thinking about another woman. And then in the second part, the guy with little bubble says, Hunt didn't even kick her that hard.
Terrible joke.
Horrible. Politically incorrect, I know.
I like the V-neck, Kyle. We talked about it a few
Appreciate
shows ago. I'm a V-neck man myself. Let's call it a show, guys. Make sure to use the promo code Tony99 for a month of all his sports. Head over and, I'm not giving out a promo code for you, Kyle, because frankly, they should pay full price with your record the way it is. Plus, I think if they log in, there is a picture of your wife in the back end.
Yeah, sure. Go check it out. It's right on my profile. Go check it out.
Okay, boys. We'll see you next week. Both of you, thanks for joining. This is Morning Joe and the Pro. Tomorrow we've got Marco D'Angelo joining us, and we might have an appearance from Carmine Bianco as well. See you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Buddies. One of you's a buddy. I'm not telling you which.